Time is up and the stage is set for the state playoffs in Arizona. Welcome into sports, everyone. After a several-month grind on the diamond, several local teams now know where they have landed. Most of them headed off to win-or-go-home scenarios in the play-in round. And overnight into the morning, the AIA completed its official rankings for baseball and softball. So who made the cut and where are they headed off to? We begin in 6A baseball, where the Sidewinders of San Luis fell just one slot short of hosting a playing game after a win over Cibola to end the season on a 5-game win streak. Cesar Castillo's group earned the number 17 seed in 6A and will head to Red Mountain tomorrow with first pitch set for 4 o'clock. Winner will go to the 16-team double elimination bracket just like the rest of them. Next up, the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks. The Rocks of the 20-win season locked up an automatic bid to the 3A state tournament, so they don't need a play-in game as they are one of the top 8 teams in the conference. Their official rank will not be revealed until Thursday morning, but we do know that they will have at least one home game coming up. That'll be a week from today, next Tuesday, as they try to maneuver their way back to the state title game. And the same goes for the Lady Shamrocks and the softball diamond, locking up an automatic bid to the 3A state tournament. They are number 3 as of late after a 17-1 regular season and perfect in the 3A West region. They too will play at home for a team later to be announced next Tuesday. A little double dipper action from Yuma Catholic next week. More from the softball diamond to black and gold. The Cibola Raiders will make their 8th straight state appearance, and like San Luis, they reel in the number 17 seed, sending them on the road in the play-in round. The Lady Raiders will travel to Xavier Prep tomorrow afternoon, a team they lost to in the state 2 years ago. Staying in 6A and soaring in are the Lady Hawks of Gila Ridge, taking the number 22 seed for their 7th consecutive state appearance as a program. Lady Hawks will travel to number 11 Sunny Slope tomorrow afternoon as well. And last but not least, the Lady Kings in crimson and white. In the final ranking today, Kofa moved up to number 19, which sends them on the road to number 14 Verado in the 5A play-in round. Now a tough pill to swallow for Kofa baseball, who finished ranked just on the outside looking in at number 28 despite winning the 5A Central Valley region. Also, Yuma Criminals baseball missed the cut after hanging around the bubble for the last couple of weeks. Staying on that state playoff track, the one local team to make the state tournament in tennis, the Gila Ridge Lady Hawks season comes to a close. They fall to Horizon 5-2. Sarah Emmons and Faith Voorhees picking up the singles wins for the Hawks, but the season not quite done for some of them. Lily Moreland will compete in the state tournament in singles, and both Emmons and Voorhees will take the stage in doubles. We'll stick around to see the rest of our local tennis stars to make the bracket later in the week, as they will all take the courts on Friday. Meanwhile, there's some action to get to out in the Imperial Valley. The Imperial Lady Tigers welcoming in the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets in a Desert League clash. We start in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers already up, and Hannah Johnson with the bases loaded, no outs, and she fires this one out to right, and that's down for a base hit. Takes advantage. The RBI single for Johnson makes it 6-run lead for the Lady Tigers. Couple batters later, bases still juiced. Mirella Barron, a high drive out to center. This one forcing Charlie Dagnino to misplay out in center. That ball gets down. She fires the ball back in, but not before 2 runs come across to score. Imperial starting to blow this one wide open. They lead 8-0, and they would go on to win it 15-0. Their 13th win on the year, and they stay perfect 4-0 in league play. Meanwhile, to Yuma High School, where the list of local athletes to move on to the next level continues. Sabian Russell recently signed his letter of intent to continue his journey on the wrestling mat at Quincy University in Illinois. Russell was sought after by several schools over the course of his impressive senior campaign, where he went 55-4 overall, placing 3rd in the state in the 132-pound weight class of Division III. And that success was no stranger to him, placing in each of his final 3 seasons as a criminal. But for Sabian, that success did not come without some bumps, including a tough freshman year, and he talks about how he had to bounce back from that.
Especially my sophomore year, when I was coming off of the lackluster freshman season, I really just put in the work. With hard work, I mean, you can get anywhere. I didn't start out with any talent. I don't feel like I was very talented in the sport. I just put in a lot of work and a lot of hours, and that's what really made me in the sport. And I hope that everyone can see that and have some hope for themselves.
And Sabian plans to study cybersecurity while off the mat in college, and we of course wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. And thank you to Yuma High administration for all of the photos. That's all the time we have for sports.